It's great that we are here. I'm as excited about having the Texas-Oklahoma Results Regional Conference. Texas and Oklahoma groups in Austin and Dallas and Houston, Fort Worth and Oklahoma City, they've all done it, except Oklahoma City. And last year, the group leader said, "It's your turn, Craig." So here we are, and I'm delighted. We have 60 people registered for this event. Wow. So I'm excited, and we've got church members of this church. And by the way, Lori, please come up here just a little for just a second. I want to introduce you. This is being co-hosted by All People's Unitarian Universalist Church. And this is the Reverend Lori King Nelson.
And I am so excited for all of you to be here. This is such an honor for you to bring this group here. Craig has been continually, since he left being the minister of this church, ministering to the people who still go here and ministering to the community. And it's just such an honor to have
Well,
you back doing
it's my
this.
pleasure to work with you, my colleague. I went into her office, which you might notice is just off the back there. And that used to be my office, and I told her it looks so much better than it did when it was mine. So take a look. It is so warm and inviting, and the church looks great.
Oh, well,
So
thank
I'm
you.
so pleased. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Couple housekeeping things. We've got bathrooms in the hall, but then there's also more bathrooms down the other hall, the longer hall. And so if you have a bathroom need and someone's already occupying one, or it's too crowded, there are others. So go down the hall, and they're on the right-hand side down the long hall around the corner. So not everyone wants their photograph taken here. And I've given Richard Rem, our photographer, where are you, Richard? You can tell him he's got the big cameras. Anyway, he does gifted amateur bird photography, so I thought he could handle people. And I gave him the names of the people who don't want to be identified, don't want to be photographed. But when they're good in group shots, if you don't want to be in a photo, just take yourself out of the group shot. You're going to know it's a group shot. Otherwise, you're going to take individual shots. And I've asked him to identify the people who just would rather not have their photograph taken. We have got a great lineup today. I'm excited. We're going to have Jared Williams here, former city councilman, vice president of the Tarrant Area Food Bank, which serves 13 counties. We've got Tiffany Tagbo, who's the leader of the group in Oklahoma City, and she's also an expert on poverty, had a dynamite op-ed published, and she was recently on Capitol Hill meeting with Representative Cole, who is chair of the Appropriations Committee. So, wow. Babita Dewar, who's a member of my group, been a long time here, is the most friendly, outgoing person. She recruits people for results while she's in the checkout line at the supermarket. She's brought more people into our group, and she did a dynamite presentation to our group on ChatGPT, which I kind of sneered at before, but she opened my eyes. So we're going to show you how you might find that useful for yourself. We've got Erilyn. Erilyn, where's Erilyn? There she is. Erilyn is on the expansion team at Results, and these are the folks that put out the ads that, is it James Derrick? Do I have that right? The name right? From Austin? Jerry. Jerry was telling me last night, I said, how'd you come into Results? He saw one of the ads you posted on Volunteer Match. And then he went to the New Advocate training. So, and he's here. And he's integrated in the Austin group. So that's awesome. That's the way it's supposed to work. So Erilyn is going to talk to us about how to approach people who maybe are interested in results but aren't sure yet, and she's going to give you a script to go over that with, or to role play. And one of the things we want you to do is multiple times during the day, I want you to walk up to someone and imagine as if they were on your warm lead list, or someone in your circle of friends or family that said, well, tell me about this results thing you're in. And you're going to take it from there. And she's got some suggestions on how to approach that conversation. And then Alexis, this was Ann Child's brain. And let's give a hand to Ann. She just did so much. She can't be here because she is living with her sister who has lots of needs, and she needs Ann there for that. But we are going to live stream this today on the church's YouTube channel, which is awesome. And so I hope she can do it. Gretchen Fossler, a new member of our group, just had an appendectomy. So she told me, I can't come, Craig. But I said, okay, you can watch it. You can watch it. So Ann gave these little buckets. Hold up the buckets. And I'm going to let Alexis, member of the Fort Worth group, explain how we're going to use those buckets and all those little drops she and Ann so laboriously cut out. So anyway, I think I'm going to turn it over to these two ladies. And you can use with either lectern you want. The smaller one or the bigger one.
Yeah, you're tall, we're short. So is there anybody left who doesn't have a bucket that I'm happy to bring you? Yay, awesome. So this is something that Ann put together that I think is a great metaphor for us, for who we are. We're all just one human person. And inside all of us are great possibilities. And on the results website are all kinds of ideas about how we can take our single human energy and turn it into impact. And if you know anything about how water wears away at stone over time, the Grand Canyon wasn't always that deep, and the Grand Canyon is getting deeper every day. And you are part of that. We are trying to move mountains here, and even though sometimes it might feel like I don't really know what to do, if you haven't yet, I'd love you to take a look. Just, the rubber band is just there to keep all that together. So the rubber band is superfluous, but take a look as you go throughout the day at what is in here. You probably recognize a lot of these things. A lot of these things are probably actions that you're already taking, but I want you to seek out those things that you are maybe like, I don't know what a laser talk is. I want to find out more about what that is. And I might discover that, I do actually know what a laser talk is. I just don't know that it's called that. Or you might see in there that there's something in there about mentoring new advocates. I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet. I've been an advocate for 6 months, but that's something that I can challenge myself to do in the future. And I can look towards this as a future action. So just throughout the day, I want you to take a look there, but also, sometimes it can feel like it's just one drop, right? It's just one drop that I'm taking when I write my congressperson, when I call my congressional staff, and it can feel disheartening to do it day after day to people that aren't particularly responsive, like the people who represent us here in Texas and Oklahoma. But I'm going to leave 3 of these buckets up on the stairs here, and throughout the day, I want you to take a look at what are the actions in here that are directly related to your representatives. And I want you to just imagine that 2 of these buckets are your senator and 1 of these buckets is your representative. And throughout the course of the day, I want you to continue to put those drops in, because over time, through our collective action, we do make that difference. And our representatives and our senators are no different than we are. They are no bigger and no smaller than we are. And together, we make things happen. So that's what that's about. So that's my thing on that.
Thanks, Alexis. And that actually ties in perfectly to what we're doing with the laser talk exercise. So maybe Craig created it that way because he's amazing. So good job, Craig. But we know that frustration is at an all-time high. People are feeling more and more discouraged and like they're taking all these actions, but what's happening? And we know, just like drops in a bucket, the more people we have taking these actions, the stronger we are. And over time, even though it seems like it's making a difference, it really is. So we need more people making these calls and taking these actions along with us. And if we keep doing it, keep dropping those bigger drops in the bucket because we have more people, we will see something happen. It just may take a little bit of time to get there. So that is the point of doing these epic talk exercises today, because sometimes it can seem a little uncomfortable or a little discouraging, a little awkward to just think, how do I invite somebody to this? Especially if you don't have a close relationship with them, or you might just feel uncomfortable inviting them to something like this. So the goal of the day is to have you all do this exercise each time there's a break so that you can become more comfortable. So usually when we talk about epic messages, you're used to us saying it in terms of lobby prep. Create an epic message for each policy issue, but we can also create epic messages for inviting people into this movement. So we're going to engage them, we're going to share the problem, we're going to inform on the solution, we're going to call to action. So for this, the engage portion would be whatever your connection is. So remember relational organizing, and relational organizing is the term we use for identifying who's in your personal circle who might care about these issues and might be interested in joining. What groups are you a part of? What church? What classes? What are all the things that you have a connection with somebody? So during the engage portion, you're going to touch on that and bring them in. Then you're going to share the problem. What are we seeing right now? Why do we need more voices? We're going to inform on the solution. What do we do to address this problem that they can come into? And the call to action is, will you attend this meeting with me? That can be a lobby meeting, that can be a group meeting, that could be a conference or something like that. So those are the parts of the epic message and how they play into this. So we are going to do a quick role play. And like we said earlier, during the breaks, make sure that y'all connect with somebody and y'all do this each time so you can become more comfortable. And we do have a little handout so you can see it, but this is an example. Feel free to make this language your own and something that feels organic and comfortable for you to share. So as you can see, I am not even about to go off of the script. This is literally just an example. So hi, Alexis. How are you doing?
I'm great, Erilyn. How are you?
I'm doing well. I know that you are a retired teacher, so I know that you care about the youth in our nation and around the world. And I know that your heart is to make sure that our future is strong. And I'm part of Results, and it's an organization that tries to get Congress to pass policies that help those who are in poverty and also alleviate oppression around the world. And I just thought that would be something that you were interested in.
Yeah, I'm actually really interested in that, but I don't really know how to get involved. Can you tell me more about how I could help?
Yeah, so right now, as I know that you're aware, communities around the nation and around the globe are being rocked by these unprecedented changes, and we want to be a part of that. So through Results, I've been able to learn how to engage with my Congress members. I've been able to learn how to get published in the media, how to make connections and grow in my community. And through that, we've been able to write our congressman. I don't know y'all's congressman's name, I'm sorry, but you can insert it there. But we want the Congress people to know that we care about these issues and we want it to happen. So I'd love for you to attend our next group meeting on whatever date. You think you'd be available?
I might be, but I'd like to know a little bit more before I get started. Is there some kind of action that I could take right now that could help me get started?
Absolutely. So I can send you a link with some of our actions. We have monthly actions that really help us move our goals forward each month. So I can send you those, and I can also send you a link to attend our new advocate orientation so you can get oriented about everything that we have going on and what we stand for.
That would be really helpful. Thanks.
So welcome. I'll send that to you later today. Cool. Bye. Bye. So that's what we want y'all to do throughout the day.
And we want you to take turns being that person. So if you're not comfortable being the expert yet, when you meet up with a person, just put up number 2. Hey, I'm ready to listen right now. I'm ready to learn from an expert. If you are ready to take that leap and to practice your engagement skills and to be an advocate like Erilyn, then I'd like you to put up a number 1. So when we are mixing around and you're looking for a partner, just look for somebody with the opposite number for you. So 1, I'm ready to talk. 2, I'm ready to listen. Does that make sense? Thumbs up? Yay. Awesome. Thank you.
This is the high school teacher in her. Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, let's go. Let's.
All right. Well, let's do a role play right now with everybody. Pair up 1s and 2s.
Pair up and decide who you are. So everybody's got to stand for this. Stand up, move around the room.
I see a lot of 2s.